Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. For this video we'll be going through an unboxing of Optimus Prime, set 10302, as part of the original Generation 1 Transformers, and this is from LEGO, released around Q3 of the year 2022. So me being me, when I knew this was going to be released, it was well and truly I will find it, I will buy it somehow, somewhere. So I've had this in the backlog for probably about a week or two, probably closer to two, as I've been going through stuff. So I thought I'd like to actually do the review, well, the unboxing, so I can actually go through and build him. So it'd be interesting to see how this unboxing goes, at least for the first few minutes, because Optimus is in a significantly large box. So one of the previous unboxings I did, which was Tall Neck from Horizon West, wasn't a small box, but Optimus is definitely a bigger box than that. So there you go. So without wasting too much time, there's a bit to get through. So here we have the front of the box for Optimus Prime, in a very nice heroic pose in his robot mode, holding his ion blaster. I do like how it's a very neutral type of background. It's just Optimus with a solid background. We do have a nice little indication in the top right that he will be able to convert between his robot mode and his truck mode. So if I can manage to have a look at his box without doing too much banging of camera stands, he is a big box. So at the very bottom, there's the set number. He actually is listed as an 18 plus, and he has 1,508 pieces. I'm sure he'll have some excess pieces, but his build should be about that 1,500 mark, so he's not a small build. So that's the look of the front of the box. In terms of the sides, one of the sides is just your usual general writing. The other side, so we have a combination of the LEGO, Hasbro and Takara Tomy, given it is Transformers and Optimus Prime. We do have another shot of Prime standing. In fact, it's probably his same pose from the front, just flipped over on the axis to make it look different. Yeah. I'll actually do it this way. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not great, but just to give an indication of what it looks like. In terms of the back of the box, so at the top we do have the bit of a demonstration of the conversion, robot, Prime transforming, and then his actual truck. And I would definitely say, in terms of a representation of his original G1 self, probably more to the G1 toy more than anything else. This looks really good. I know there's the voice controlled transforming Optimus, but this being a fraction of the cost, I think is going to have a lot more playability and a lot more fun. In terms of his accessories, so we have a nameplate, a matrix, an energon cube, his energon axe, the ion blaster, and he does have a alternate part for his waist. I believe that's for his bumper. He'll also have another accessory in the way of Sideswipe's jetpack, which can attach to his back. So very much iconic of one of the first few episodes, when he takes sideswipes jetpack, goes after the Decepticon cruiser, and sadly gets shot down. There's another shot of Optimus. And then in terms of his measurements, width-wise 18.5 centimeters, 7 inch. Height 35 centimeters, which is about 13.5 inch. So he definitely won't be as tall as the box, but he won't be a pushover either. So that is a bit of a view of the box. So a little bit of a cumbersome outer box view, just because the box is actually a lot larger than I was expecting. But it was nice to be able to spend a few minutes looking at that. And I also did notice the top is tape. Not that it matters, because I will actually flat pack this box down. So plus this one I did have sent to me in the mail, so it does look like it's I won't say thrown around, but it looks like it was sufficiently handled. So that was a look of outside the box. I will open up the box, take out all the bags. Now I know he's going to have a really nice instruction manual. Clearly he'll have stickers, so that's those two covered. And the bags, based on some people I've seen here and there who have already grabbed him and built him, I feel there's at least 14 bags of various sizes, and not all 14 bags are the same size. So I'm going to just say 16. I don't know why 16, because I don't think it stopped at 14, but we'll say 16. So I'll open this up, and then camera view will change into something a bit more accommodating, and we will have a nice look through the manual, stickers, and the bags. And everything now out of the box. I have no idea where I actually got 14 now, in hindsight. Try 11. 10 actual numbered bags and 1 extra bag for tires, as opposed to being loose in the box. So 11 bags worth of pieces, and they are various sizes, but it's good in the sense that you can stagger building Prime. There is the manual with a very nice shot of the, well, 1/3 shot of the Autobot insignia. There is a sticker sheet, and there was also a nice little pamphlet basically explaining the transition into the paper bags. So it's actually nice that it is starting to come along soon. So I know a few videos ago I knew that this was going to happen, and obviously the downside about paper bags is you can't really see them, so it will be a little bit of a kick to these unboxing videos. But yes, it is basically advising of the transition from single-use plastic to paper-based packaging, basically to assist with recycling, which is very good. It's very good. It's, you know, a lot of plastics are used in Lego, so it's nice to get rid of some. Anyway, we are here for a unboxing. So front of the manual, and I like how it's got its own unique style, unlike the rest of the Lego sets, which have gone to that basic white type look. Oh, look at that. G184. Oh, 1984 was a very long time ago. In fact, as of next year, 1980, no, next year is a different thing. Anyway, moving along. So, some nice little biostats about Optimus himself. So, general animation version. This looks to be a bit more Lego inspired. Iconic line of "one shall stand, one shall fall." Commentary from the design team. there will be a brick separator, which you would expect. So in terms of the bags, interesting that ties aren't listed. So bags 1 to 3 will basically do Prime's torso and upper legs. 4 to 6 will do both his legs. 7 through to 10 will do his arms, head, and all the accessories. Oh, and this is going to be one of those booklets that have some interesting tidbits throughout it. According to his original bio, Optimus Prime is the largest, strongest, and wisest of all the Autobots. He feels his role is the protection of all life. He was, for a while, the largest and strongest. And then a few other ones came along, like the Dinobots, Jetfire, etc., etc. I don't want to spend too much time flicking through this because we could probably be here for days. According to the episode Thief in the Night, it takes 1,000 barrels of oil to make 1 Energon cube. The original Generation 1 Optimus Prime toy was released in 1984 in the US. The design of the toy itself was originally named Battle Convoy, which makes sense because Prime in Japan, instead of being called Prime, he's usually called Convoy. There'll be some clicky clacky bit noises in some of his legs building. A nice little note about what is right, what is wrong. Man, the instructions are definitely very, very detailed and intricate. I mean, we're up to what? Bag number 5, and we're only into the 150th. Usually I would try and stop at bag transitions, but he's a bit of a big one, Optimus, so I probably won't. Silver drum liquid Lego elements were added to the faceplate, shin vents, fuel tanks, and side mirrors to match the feel of the original toy, which had chromed details. Yes. What was the line from Beast Wars? Die-cast construction? Because a lot of the Generation 1 toys were, well, definitely not full-on plastic like they are now, so they all had a bit of heft back in the day. Except for the Constructicots. Don't know what happened there. Probably showing my age, but oh well. Bag number 8, starting into the 270s, step 269. Getting a nice view of what Optimus will look like. What do we have here? The original toy's hand had to be detached and could be stored in his chest in vehicle mode, which is true. In this Lego model, the hands are designed to fold into the wheel wells instead of detaching. Very nice. I will admit that looks really, really, really good. Still going through. So we're into the 300s now. Step 323 pretty much looks like we'll finish his arms. And then we put together Prime's head. What do we have here? The matrix of leadership bestows upon its holders increased power which can be used to perform miraculous feats of creation and destruction. Like stopping Unicron, as one example. Hate Plague was another. An Energon cube is a safe and convenient way of storing and transporting Energon, the most prominent fuel/food used by Transformers. The 340 starts building his Energon axe. Optimus Prime first used his iconic Energon axe in his duel with Megatron atop the Sherman Dam in the G1 episode More Than Meets the Eye Part 2. In terms of attaching it, he will have a bit of a hand attachment and a bit of a swivel, which actually isn't too dissimilar from how he deployed it back in the cartoon. Optimus Prime only used his Energon axe once in the original cartoon, which is very true, but in other media he frequently uses it when dueling Megatron, which is very true. And I'd probably say as of the 2007 movie, Optimus became a very heavy user of close combat weapons. So evidence through all the Bayverse movies, Transformers Prime was a nice little combination as well. Building the Iron Blaster in the 360s, Optimus Prime's primary tool in his fight against the Decepticons is his Ion Blaster, capable of firing ionized particles. It's particularly effective against electronic devices, including most Decepticons. I like how it says most. So who isn't it effective on? Well, minus your combiners. Oh, I like how they actually did include this. The jetpack is based on Sideswipe's jetpack from the G1 cartoon. Optimus Prime borrowed it in the episode More Than Meets the Eye Part 3 to pursue the Decepticon space cruiser Victory. To this day, I actually never knew the cruiser had a name. So there you go. Victory. Yeah, I much prefer Nemesis. So going through that, here's, and that's how you attach it, which looks quite seamless. Doing his base plate, and there you go, Prime and all his accessories. From robot to vehicle mode. Oh, it literally is like a Transformer. You actually get to go through the steps of transforming him into his truck mode. It's probably got more steps involved than the original Generation 1 toy. That's saying something. And his Iron Blaster is capable of basically attaching itself into his truck mode and actually tucks away quite neatly, surprisingly. Optimus Prime's blaster is the only accessory in the LEGO set that was included in the original toy, so it is also incorporated into the vehicle mode, which, if I remember correctly, the original G1 toy did not have that feature. So there you go. And that pretty much is the end of the manual. A nice little feedback page, and then the parts list. So that was the very nice manual, which, by the way, came in a little pamphlet type item to make sure that it wasn't damaged in transport. In terms of the sticker sheet, and you would think for a set this big, it would be huge amounts of stickers. No, try 4 stickers. Literally 4 stickers. One being his nameplate, and the rest being pretty much just some extra detailing. That's really, really cool. This set is huge and has the least amount of stickers than a Speed Champion set, which is a quarter of its size. The average Gompler kit, and everything in between. So that is really cool. So you actually get to enjoy more of the build than sticker application. Anyway, we have 11 bags to go through. Bag number 1, so we know the first 3 bags is pretty much Prime's torso and upper legs, so there will be a lot of red and a lot of grey included. Not overly large pieces, the ones here and there, but you're looking at a lot of your flat pieces. To begin with, bag 1. Bag number 2, still continuing on with the greys and the reds. There are 2 small bags inside, but we're now getting a sprinkling of blue. The black is still a carry through from the previous bag. And then lastly, to wrap up his torso, bag number 3, still predominantly grey, still a good amount of black, but we do have some various blues included, and there is a small bag inside. So now that we've looked at 3 bags already, you can already see there's a bit of a difference in the actual sizes of these bags. Bag number 4, which is actually a bit of a bigger bag. There will be bags inside, so if I remember correctly, 4, 5 and 6 will do his legs. So a bit of blue, a bit of black, a bit of white. That's not too bad. So that's bag number 4. Bag number 5, unsurprisingly, same type of colours, slightly smaller bag. We do have some of the internal insides of his wheels. Small bag inside as well. Bag number 5. This might get a touch bit on the inside. And of course, one of the bags I actually want, just happened to drop on the ground. There are 2 bag number 5, so there is a small bag number 5. There's some various bits and pieces, and you can actually start to see some of those chrome type parts as well at the book mentioned. Another bag number 5. Bag number 6. More of those chrome parts. More various pieces included. We do have small bags inside as well. That's pretty cool. So that's pretty much the end of Prime's legs. So bag 7 onwards will be arms, head and accessories. So not totally surprising. Bag 7 starts with grey and red, just to be expected. They are on. Small bag inside. Bag number 8. Bit of thing. Lots of red. Some dark blues, some blacks, small bags inside as well. It's interesting how throughout a lot of this build there's been no heavy use of very large parts. They're all relatively small parts all coming together to make things, which ultimately is the fundamental of Lego. But it's nice that you look at all these bags and go, oh, nothing looks overly large or complex. That was bag number 8. Bag number 9. Now, I suspect up to bag number 8 would have pretty much done his arms and head. Bag number 9 will definitely start to look at some of his accessories. So, based on the colours, there's also some small bags in here. A lot of orange, Energon Axe, a bit of purple, the Energon Cube, a bit of black, Iron Blaster. That's not too bad. So you can probably build 3, maybe even 4 things. In fact, I think that's the part for the Matrix. A lot of accessories are in there. Bag number 9. The last numbered bag, bag number 10, so this will be for the backpack as well as his nameplate. So lots of red, bit of greys, some whites, blacks, small bag, which is probably a stock standard with most of these bags. So that's bag number 10. And then lastly, of the non-numbered bags, we have tires, which are definitely of the rubber variety. So there will be 6 of those. Very nice that they were included in an actual bag as opposed to being left loose within the box. It's actually nice to see that the bag is also perforated so you can actually tear it open. And that pretty much was the end of the bags. So that brings us to an end of the unboxing of the Optimus Prime Lego set. A good amount of bags worth of bricks to go through. Could it have been in a smaller box? Probably. Which is why I actually thought 14 was supposed to be the number of bags. I mean, I guess if you took out all the little bags, it actually could be closer to 14, or probably more than 14. Most of those bags had a bag inside, so probably looking at least 20 onwards. But yes, this will definitely be a very fun build. It will be a very progressive build. There's no way I'm building this in one sitting. Be nice, but that would be several hours worth of build. So definitely keep an eye out on my Instagram channel to see a lot of the work in progress pics for that. But there will be the hope to do a review of Optimus. Hopefully he'll fit in the camera viewfinder, given he shouldn't be as tall as the actual box itself. But yes, it'll be a nice way to combine the Lego and Transformers content that I am starting to push through. Thank you very much for watching this video, albeit a bit of a long one. Feel free to leave a like, a comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this video. All of this does help to support the channel, and I do greatly appreciate it. Extra shout out to all my current subscribers, old and new. Thank you very much for subbing to the channel. Appreciate there's a lot of content here that not everything may be aligned to what you're after, but thank you for sticking around and at least appreciating what content does strike your fancy. Extra content can also be found on my Instagram account, link below. And obviously, as I mentioned earlier, stick around. There will be the work in progress shots of Prime over on Instagram. Stay safe and take care, everyone, and I will catch you all in the next video, which, at this point in time, I haven't really planned ahead yet. It could be anything. See ya.